Hi. Okay, denial series. Today we're going to talk about I'm worthy. This is a better brother of I'm special. Um, I think all of us kind of carry this seeking worthiness, especially from our parents and authority figures to begin with. And if you're somebody like me who likes to learn, you'll find a lot of mentors and teachers and gurus along the way. And you will learn a lot and you'll realize very, I hope quickly, that not everybody who claims to be a teacher should be called a teacher. Teachers are amazing breed, and I've had the grace of having many amazing teachers in my life, and thank God for it. I've been put together by my teachers. Having said that, how do you know that you have a wound of worthiness? That means that you're constantly seeking approval, and that may be something that a false prophet or a false teacher might be taking advantage of. It's very easy. First of all, a teacher who's not a worthy teacher themselves is forever is judging you, is looking at, oh, this person make me look good, and they're constantly focusing on your right side, and they kind of completely deny your shadow self, or they kind of hide it, or they kind of judge it. What that means, you always feel split into, or you always feel the need to put on your best foot forward, and you really don't bring your genuine self on the table, because you kind of feel like, if I tell this, then he won't be my teacher anymore, she won't be my teacher anymore. So they don't give you the permission to be real, because they have put on a mask, so they expect you to be also put on a mask. There is no sahaj in this. Same for authority figures, same for corporate mentors, because you're living off each other, right? They also have a worthiness wound. They also need lots of people to say he's my teacher, because that fills a gap in them. And similarly, you also have a worthiness this thing, so you also need their people saying this is my best student or something like that, right? And India, we put a lot of emphasis on dharma. We kind of speak a lot about the dharma of taking care of a teacher, and I kind of agree with it completely. And but what do you do with the false teachers? You look at them as CD. You will go through this darkness is also a teacher in themselves, and then you'll feel meet these amazing people. For example, I had a teacher through whom I met Krishnadas, through whom I met I knew Maharaji before, but I actually met Hanuman Chalisa for the first time through Krishnadas in a deep way, and of course Maharaji. And that was an amazing experience to have found Hanuman Chalisa, Hanuman, and Nimkaroli Baba. So even a false prophet will put you onto the right path somehow. So enjoy the teacher, even if they're dark. That is also a path in itself. So the dharma is to be able to see it clearly and to not have any rose-colored glasses about who you're encountering, and then kind of go with it. And there is a massive worthiness that you can see when you tailgate a child as elder child syndrome or a younger child syndrome. Because what happens is, if you're an elder child, you kind of face a lot of responsibility. You're self-responsible by default, so you kind of become a lot of doings. You keep seeking stuff in the intangible, and I think the lesson over a period of time is that you stop being so available and stop being so tangible, and you're like, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and you kind of value your own time, presence, and intangible value, and that takes time. So the elder child will go through this, that they'll stop doing so much and being so tangible. Whatever you have, take it. That they'll stop doing that. They'll stop being so responsible, and the younger child will stop being irresponsible. They'll start taking responsibility, because they will understand that a leader requires a certainness. And sometimes the younger children are they're escapists. And all of us who have younger siblings know it. But a younger child who kind of takes full responsibility for their life lives a beautiful life, because they've had less responsibility, so they are freer. Their being is freer, and they bring a lot of joy to the world. They're very creative, according to me, and they are simpler, they are deeper. They are not so complex like the elder child, and the ability to just have fun in the moment is something that I think a younger child brings to the table. And the sooner they kind of integrate that escapism, because that can be anything, that could be and that addiction, that could be religiosity, that could be spirituality, anything can be addictive, right? A younger child is a great companion and a partner, as soon as they kind of merge, the one that wants to escape and the one that wants to be. Again, the attempt is, your worthiness is in your being, and it's really not in the doing, it's really not in the tangible, it's in the energy, it's in the intentions, it's in the intangibles, it's in the being, it's in the time. The sooner we kind of understand it, I think we value each other, we won't lose each other, because actually we lose each other in expectations. We lose each other in judgment. If there was a lot more clarity and a lot more value for just time and presence, how do you know you'll be the same person again tomorrow? You have no idea. You have no idea that you'll meet a teacher again. You have no idea that you meet this person again. You don't know. Your arrogance says, oh, tomorrow morning I'll meet this person, but you don't know. You have no such knowing. So my attempt more and more is that my last meeting or my meeting with you has to have a conclusion, because my worthiness is in that meeting concluding in a certain way. That's what I'm seeking. I am also seeking worthiness. I'm trying to not have memories which are incomplete in every interaction. I look at this as the first and the last, and it's interesting to live right now. It's a little bit of a social experiment. Let's see where this goes. But yeah, worthiness is inherent. It is not. It's in the being. It's really not in the doing. And the sooner we get that, we will stop lying to ourselves and we'll be true to ourselves. And what else are we here for? No.